Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Morning. And welcome to Morning Musings with Amelia McHenry, which is me from Dodona Coaching, which is my coaching company. And we are here today to tap into the universal knowledge and listen for a message so that we can move forward today and about going for our big dreams. And what I mean by big dreams is living your authentic life, is going for the things that excite you and fulfill you and make life better, right? The thing that you can wake up in the morning and go, "Ah, I get to do that. Yeah. Right? That's the big dream. The thing that you want to achieve, the goals that you have that make you feel worthwhile. Yeah, those are the big dreams. And that could be as big as going to the moon or as small as tending a wonderful garden. And that's not really small, I don't think. But on a scale of things, garden in your backyard is much smaller than the moon. Anyway, so we're here utilizing Alana Fairchild's Sacred Rebels Oracle deck card deck. I like it because it's a little bit rebellious, and I'm still a teenager inside my head. Got a little of that rebellion going on. And it's just beautiful and has really some good messages, I think. So that's the card deck we're utilizing. So opening up to the wonderful Earth Mama energies, opening up to the wonderful universal all-knowing knowledge center, letting those two energies come together from our feet, through our head, into our torso, mixing it up a bit, and just really centering in and thinking about your big dream. What's your big dream? That thing that you probably haven't ever told anybody before. And you don't have to tell me, unless you want to. That would be fine. I'd love to hear it when you're ready. And just tapping into that energy. And what is it that we need to hear? Now, I like to have the card come up 3 times on the top of the deck. And there's 2. Let's see. Will this be the 3rd? Who knows? Yes, it is. There you go. All right. Collaborative dreaming. Collaborative dreaming. That's interesting. Kind of feels like what we're doing here. But collaborative dreaming. And I dang near opened the book up to the right page. That's okay. I was 1 page off. All right, let's dig in. Collaborative dreaming. Your heart is big enough to dream not only for yourself, but for a new humanity. Imagine a world that is healed with respect, understanding, and with community that fosters life. Even your dreams that relate to you alone will contribute positively to the greater good because that is the nature of your heart. Your heart naturally and intelligently cooperates in a grand scheme of loving creativity, working to heal the hearts of the world. The heart creates win-win situations that benefit the individual and the collective. You are being asked to honor your growing desire to co-create with conscious, like-minded people. Your collaborative dreaming is a heart-inspired win-win, bringing mutual enhancement to yourself and others. The heart wants to love and be loved. Working with others creatively is a way to allow the heart to grow. It is a chance for you to learn how to honor yourself and others and to find ways to live and let live, simply by growing and strengthening your active trust in your heart's guidance. Guidance. You are asked to bear the rough patches that can happen when you work creatively with others. Ideas might clash, and there can be friction, particularly if you have different ways of working. Sometimes big dreams need more fire to ignite them into reality. More fire might require more friction along the creative path. It is not meant to be a permanent condition, just an aspect of the creative process from which you can learn something useful, if you wish. Your guidance is to embrace any experiences of friction or tension within yourself or as you work with another, with compassion, detachment, and tolerance. Creative endeavors, particularly involving groups, can bring up unresolved issues about being valued, heard, or capable. They can also trigger disputes about taking responsibility or inflame insecurities about being cast into unfamiliar roles of leadership or of having to follow. This might happen for you, for others, or for all involved. The stronger the creative energy that flows, the more likely that triggering will take place. It is the nature of creative energy to move in all directions. It doesn't just want to grow one project. Everything that comes into contact with it will grow. That means the art and the artists are in the process of creation. This can be smooth, but it is more likely to be rough sailing, at least at times. This is not a sign that something isn't working. Far from it. It is more usually a sign that growth is happening and you are feeling the growing pains. This oracle is guiding you to stay in your integrity, honor what you feel, and remember why you chose to open up to group endeavors in the first place, especially if the group involvement becomes complex or challenging. Call on unconditional love each day and evening. It only takes a moment to do. I call on unconditional love. Please help and guide me in this project. You are going through this experience or will be in the near future because you are part of a new creative learning program for humanity. This learning program is taking place at a spiritual level, and it requires highly individualistic and creative people to learn to work with each other without compromising who they are in order to reach a common creative goal. It is wonderful. Turning the page here. It is wonderful, important, and challenging creative and spiritual work. You need a strong sense of self to be able to engage in the process and not lose your voice during the journey. Excuse me. You need a strong enough sense of belief excuse me. You need a strong enough sense of self to be flexible and know when to bend rather than break. You have to intuit what is going to be a good heart-inspired sacrifice for the greater good when you will need to stay true and when you will need to stay true to your own voice for the greater good. Only the heart can guide you on these matters, and others may not always agree with your instincts, and vice versa. That is part of the challenge of staying present so that the friction created can be channeled into creative energy rather than lost in emotional turmoil. Please remember that what really matters is that you hear your own voice. Others may or may not be able to receive it. When you hear your own voice, you will be able to connect with your heart truths. You will know when it is right to remain in a group or when you need to withdraw in order to work with others who resonate at a more appropriate vibration and perhaps more in harmony with your own. Not every collaboration will be long-term. Sometimes the learning will be short, sharp, and possibly even painful before it turns into the wisdom that is gained from experience. At other times, the journey will be more loving, supportive, and harmonious. This is neither better nor worse, just different. This oracle comes with particular guidance for you at this phase of your life path and creative journey. You are no longer to think of yourself as the lone wolf. Yes, you have your unique path to tread, but you now have tasks to accomplish for your own growth and the greater good that require more than a one-man band. You will still do your own work, of course. However, others are on the way to help you. There is only so much a single drop of water can do on its own, though it is precious. Together, those drops can become a wave and make a considerable impact in the world. You are a part of a wave of loving consciousness, and you are meant to be exploring collaborative dreams, healing relationships, and conscious communities. Some connections will be short-lived and perhaps involve some learning experiences that you are hopeful of never needing to repeat. Others will be longer-term loves. Either way, you will emerge more of yourself and more in connection with the world that wants your ideas, presence, energy, and light. This oracle brings a message to those of you that are involved in a group and are struggling over whether to continue or to let it go and move on. You are asked to trust your heart and not to allow any group to become more powerful than the wisdom of your own heart. Always allow the sacred rebel within you to question authority. Is it loving, wise authority? Or is it coming from a place of fear-based control? Look to your heart's wisdom to discern whether your involvement in a group is healthy or not. Sometimes a group can only receive so much of our energy before it is time to move on. Sometimes a group is not receiving us at all, but we feel that we are meant to be a guiding hand in it for a period of time. Before our heart urges us to let go, ask for guidance. Do the healing process below and trust in the feelings that become clear to you over time. You will know what to do, and you must always trust your own voice above any other. All right. Let's do the healing process, shall we? I'm going to grab some to drink. Awesome. All right, feet on the floor, comfortable in your chair or standing or wherever you are. Again, pulling in that energy from Mother Earth through our feet, up our legs, into our torso, filling that arena, that support area, that all of it just flowing with the energies of Mother Earth, opening up to the universe, allowing the energy to come through our minds, through our brains, down our throats, in our arms and shoulders, down into our chest, and mixing in our abdomen with that Mother Earth energy so that you have all of the energy from Earth, from the universe within you. That is what makes us human, this mixture. Warm. All right, closing your eyes, hands in a comfortable place. Imagine a chain of paper dolls, all connected, forming a circle. Imagine that the circular chain of paper dolls can be filled with a beautiful golden light, which begins in the heart of each paper doll. The light shines out and shimmers, making the paper dolls radiant, shining and golden. Imagine a feeling of love, connection, help, and goodwill shining along with the golden light. Stay with that image or feeling as long as feels good for you. Then open your eyes and you have completed your healing process. We all have that light within us. That's that divine spark that you were gifted at birth. That is your gift to this world, to this plane of existence. That's the light you bring to this world. And when combined with other people's lights, we get the rainbow. We get the color mixtures. We get the nuances. We get the brilliance that is one soul supporting another. Your dream brings out the dreams of others. Your dream, your light, your actions allow others to act similarly. And that goes for good and negative, positive and negative. Your actions allow those around you to also act. In that collaborative dream. With that, go out. Be conscious of your interactions. Look inside. What is your heart telling you? What is that bright light within you giving you guidance? That's that connection of universe and Mother Earth coming together to give you messages. I like to call it the knowing, the knower. It knows what's right, what's wrong for you. Doesn't mean it's right or wrong for anybody else, but for you, it knows. Enjoy today. Namaste. If you've been enjoying these morning musings, I'm here every day. Still haven't nailed down a time, so it's a little bit off the wall, and I apologize for that, but I'll get there. Still new for me. But yeah, hit the like and subscribe button if you've been enjoying these. And there's a bell around here somewhere that will give you notifications when I go live, when I drop new content. And yeah, so you'll know when these are out. And I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your light in this world and what you want to do with that light. I appreciate your universal gift. Namaste. And with that, keep your eyes on the horizon, your hands on the wheel, and your foot on the gas, baby. Let's do this. And I'll see you tomorrow.